Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cue the Pink. I'm so excited to have you guys back. It has been a minute. Sorry, my friends, I kind of fell into a rut, but we'll talk about that. So I do want to address the elephant in the room, which is my absence for a little while. New YouTubers shouldn't have like a mental breakdown till way after, but I had one right as I started, just a little rewind, refresh, and do a video. It's basically a get ready with me so that I can explain these situations to you or what's been going on. But I wanted to do a little bit more fun because it's Sunday and I'm not going to do anything today. So I thought, why not just use my editorial and characteristic makeup? Let's get this video started. So for the look I'm going for this, and then as for my face, I want it to look like a holographic wrapping paper. I hope you guys can kind of see. So that's what I'm going for. I can't promise that that's what it's going to look like, but that's why it's Get Creative with me and not Get Ready with me. So in makeup, there's really not an order to start with. Some people like to start with the eyes, some people like to start with the face. Personally, the eyes is the best way to go because we are doing a black eye, so it's going to get dirty is what I mean to say. So I'm going to take a little, that was a lot. I'm going to take a little dollop of cream. Also, my mom did my hair. Props to my mom. We're very, we love the creativeness. I get it from my mom. I got it from my mom. So I'm going to start with the eyes. Like I said, I just wanted to put some of that on. I'm not going to wear primer because I'm literally doing this for you guys. So I'm not going to put primer on. That will be that. But I'm going to start with my eyes. So this is very limited spacing. Look at this really cute thing I got at the store. I was loving it. Anyway, the reason that I have been MIA, if what I said earlier didn't give you a clue, is because I started this channel right when I was also starting my freelancing business, as well as I was going back into the acting world. That's just me in general. I do have so many things that I would love to accomplish. So I kind of sometimes overdo it is the best way to explain it. I do have my moments where I take on way more than I can probably or should probably that is humanly possible. I sometimes bite off more than I can chew, pretty much all the time. But this time it was just a lot. It was too early on when I was starting to already feel like I wasn't doing too good and stuff, even though I had literally just started. My intention was never to stop doing YouTube. It was just sort of I needed a mental refresh. So I just decided that I was okay, well, I know I have to be consistent, but I need to get on a schedule. Also, a lot of the times my life isn't always fully in my control. I live at my grandparents' house and I help my mom out sometimes with that, and so my life isn't scheduled fully around me a lot of the times. It is something that I just am getting used to, and I understand it. It makes certain things a little bit just an extra bit difficult, on top of the fact that I'm already procrastinator. As you know, I do have a series called The Lazy Babe Guide. I don't think anyone's okay, there are some lazy people, but I don't think people who are procrastinators mean to be lazy. I just feel like we have so much that we end up doing nothing, and I think that's a big thing that I tend to have happen to me, where my intention is good, but it gets hard when everything I want to accomplish at the same time. So sometimes it's just this rabbit hole that's not going to happen. I didn't want to resent it. I didn't want it to be something where I was like, oh my god, how many likes do I have? I just bought this and it's not working. I'm very annoyed. It's this brush cleaner. And oh, it's broken. Excellent. I'm spraying it in my face. Just watch that. Oh, there we go. It works now. But I got myself back in order. I took 2 weeks off, no videos, and I filmed one video. It was a really fun video that will be up, I think, next Sunday with a couple of friends. But other than that, I didn't do too much more. I didn't really I just needed like that space that I'm doing that's like a business, that I'm starting my own business. So I definitely don't want to fail at that. I don't want to fail at anything. Like, I love YouTube. I would love this to be a full-time business, but just in case it's not, that's the big reason why I just took a couple of weeks off. I know it's like this thing where you're not supposed to do that on YouTube. You can't start, and consistency is everything. I get it, but mental health is also everything. And on that note, it's September, if I'm not mistaken, Suicide Prevention Month, and today is actually Sunday, September 13th, which is Positive Thinking Day. So I'm really excited to film this for today because that's kind of what I'm getting into in this video. I had a little bit of ups, and I do struggle with anxiety. I'll talk about that a little bit. So basically, while this is all happening, by the way, I'm using an LA crime palette, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to start with the line, because if you start with the black, I did that last time, that's where my mistake was. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So when this quarantine happened, a little bit before that, I was going to a psychiatrist because, well, you know, California, I think I've talked about this with you guys, and I haven't done a video on California. That will be coming up on my life in LA. And in that year, I struggled with my mental health. So when I ended up coming to Mexico, it was like the #1 thing I wanted to take care of. So I started going to a psychiatrist. Pretty shortly after, she put me on anti-anxiety medication because I had a lot of issues with my anxiety when I was out in LA, and I was back here with my family, so it was also a big change. Like, it was a good change, but it's a change after all. So she put me on anti-anxiety medicine, and I had been on it when all hell broke loose and stuff like that, like when my dad passed, and then with the coronavirus and everything. I had felt really good on my medication. I was loving it. But the thing is, I personally, just because my family, my mom has always been very holistic, and I kind of always, not the judgment of being on antidepressants, I honestly never really care. I'm such a advocate for just going to psychologists and stuff, but putting things in my body just kind of like, it's unsettling for me. So when quarantine happened, I was obviously not going with her. And I just thought, well, this is like a great opportunity to get off of my medication, because I don't want to take medication for the rest of my life. And I just wanted to see if I could take like a more holistic approach. Mind you, I did not talk to my doctor about this. To redo that. I didn't talk to my doctor about it. I didn't like ask anyone about it. I just kind of made the decision for myself. I can't say this for the life of me. Micellar water? Micellar water. Butchered that. Yeah, so I didn't talk to her or anything about it because I hadn't been going. Yeah, so she didn't tell me to stop taking it, but I just figured, well, I'm not going to see her anytime soon. The whole quarantine's happening. In whose brain? But since everything was going kind of smoothly, we were out in the summer home. We were like, I was literally like swimming every day. It wasn't like a big deal. I just felt like it was a good time to like slowly wean myself off of it without talking to my doctor. I'm saying this because I think it's an important thing to talk about. No one really talks about it. If you're going to get off your meds, you just talk to your doctor. Like, at the end of the day, if you don't have trust with your doctor, then that shouldn't be your doctor. And obviously she was amazing, and I just didn't, I just kind of did it just for the fact that I just didn't want to spend my life on anti-anxiety medicine, which honestly, there's no big deal. I finished the box that I had at the time, and then I stopped buying it. I didn't feel it right away, but now that I started so many things at once, I think I felt it a lot. That's when the overwhelm started happening, and then I just remembered that I had done that I had decided not to take my medication. So I really quickly got in contact with my doctor and back and went back on it. You wanted to make life harder than it needed to be at a really weird time. That's just me though. But I wanted to address it because A, you should never be embarrassed or anything to talk about being on medication. It's literally like, listen, this is crazy times. And even before this, like any big decision that you make, especially when you're getting close, when you're 25 and above, I mean, always, but when you're 25 and above, when you start getting close to those 30s, like it just starts getting really scary. I'm not saying this is the full reason why I wasn't filming, but it definitely, I think, like it had, because this week I felt so much more productive, so much better, and so much less anxious or like worried. To be fair, I'm not on anything else. Like I don't even take like, I'm single, so I don't even take hormones or anything else like that. I think I've mentioned in every video that I'm single. I'm sorry, I just like make it a point to like make sure everyone knows this. But I don't have like anything else I take, so I don't know why I was like so concerned about it. But hey, I was, and I did that decision, and it's good because now I can tell you to probably not make that decision until you've talked to your doctor and you're like both on the same page. They'll become besties. So yeah, that's where my head was. That's what was going on. And I thought it's like what an appropriate time to have decided to experience this when it's literally this month, and I think I can bring awareness to that. So that's why I wanted to share that with you guys. That's why I've been MIA and overwhelmed. It was just overwhelmed. I took on too many things at once, and I wasn't filming because I was overwhelmed. That's pretty much it. And all the things that I signed up for pretty much needed like a lot of attention. I did do a video on how I was like doing my friend's website, so the ball was already rolling on that. Like once you make a commitment with someone else, it's like a little harder to just like take a break. And I didn't want to do like crappy videos just because I had overworked myself. I do want to build like a rapport with you guys, and I want you guys to know when my videos are up and get excited for that. So I obviously have that in mind, and I take that very seriously, and it's something that I definitely want to create. Like I've said in so many videos, that I want to create a family. I really enjoy doing videos, and when I'm really in it, I enjoy like creating stuff and finding things that I want to try out and all that. Just good content, and I don't think I was going to be able to do that if I continued like the way I was going. And listen, this doesn't happen to everyone because not everyone starts 15 things at once. But this channel is for those of you who do like to start 15 things at once. It's hard. You're going to struggle a lot more than those people who start one thing at once, because obviously they can focus much more, and I'm not saying you can't get overwhelmed with starting one thing at once, because starting a business on its own is overwhelming. Starting a YouTube channel is so much more overwhelming than I think anyone will ever be able to warn you about. So it's an overwhelming process all in all. Makeup is kind of like creativity, where it's like it's starting to look good, but then it could always go really bad. So I'm not like knocking anyone who doesn't do 15 things at once. I'm actually telling you, you guys are really smart. Don't try the other way unless you're like really into it. Don't get discouraged more than anything. Like just know facts are facts. Like someone who has their head in one project is gonna seem like the better option at first, but you can obviously prove yourself without having to always give everything up. And you're a little bit more creative, but there's different ways. So there's the way where you're just better at freestyling and you can kind of come up with things on the fly. But like sometimes when you have to be put into like a certain container, you're not going to do as great of a job because that's a little bit of a struggle for you. Whereas me, for example, when we have structure, it helps us literally funnel it. And it just made me think we're important to learn. The times when I felt freer, or the times when I felt more creatively active, was times when I get more of a funnel, when I don't have to like figure out everything I have to create. And when I was watching Glow Up, I was like, oh, it just hit me. I was like, that's literally me. Like, I need someone to like give me a certain amount of structure, because otherwise my mind doesn't know where to go. Especially if you're like a creatively fluid person, which means like you you overwhelm yourself with projects and you have more than one thing in the works all the time, like myself, it's really good to know like what you're gonna thrive in. You can't get mad at yourself for that. It kind of is what it is, and both ways are great. So that's a big thing that I learned. So definitely when you're working on multiple things at once, always remember that it's really important to know your creative style. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys today. I am obviously going to finish the look, but I did want to just be real where I was at, express it to you all, because like I said, this channel is all about being real. This is like a dollar store version of the actual makeup, but like again, I'm not mad. That was literally our get ready with me. I'm about to show my full look. Just give me a sec. And remember, it's creativity. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's a little all over the place. So that was the look. And I'll put like the little reminder of what like the look was kind of like. It was kind of Thanks for spending this time with me. This is my look. I'm kind of excited about it. I think it could have been better, but it was better than last time's video. I'll probably insert a clip of last time's video. I do want to do a lot more reaction videos and stuff, but if you have any suggestions of what you would like to see, comment that down below. Happy positive thinking day. Please subscribe, follow my Instagram, follow my Facebook. If you want to get more of me during the week, comment, subscribe, and come back. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Boozy Sunday. Ooh, if you had brunch, points for you. Love you guys.